can I play a little behind the scenes with you? It's my favorite game.
Yes.
All right, it's Behind the Scenes with Luke Wilson. Oh, just a little film that's one of my favorites in the entire world. I remember you guys writing it. I remember reading early drafts of it, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, yeah. The Royal Tenenbaums was the third movie I'd made with my brothers and Wes Anderson and like Gene Hackman, Danny Glover, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelica Houston, Ben Stiller, all these great people in it.
A stacked cast.
Yeah, and it was just a great time. And it's always nice when people respond to something that's a little offbeat. Like
all right, let me
movie.
ask you this, because people still, to this day, like, you know, your character, is it Richie?
Richie Tenenbaum.
Richie Tenenbaum. Yeah. People wear your outfit as Halloween costumes. I mean, that's an iconic look. How did you come up with it?
Wes Anderson's very into wardrobe and specific looks and specific, like this suit could be out of a Wes Anderson, out of a Wes Anderson project. But yeah,
I'll take that.
He's known for, you know, his
Aesthetics.
color palette. That's right.
So when he brought it to you, were you like, okay, you didn't question it?
I questioned the fact that he had them as high waters a little bit.
The pants?
So we did. There was some negotiation about the length of the cuff.
But like the sweatband.
Oh yeah, but it was also cool.
Jacket.
And all the Fila stuff was based on this great '70s tennis player called Bjorn Borg.
Right, of course.
So it was all kind of based on that.
Okay, total gear switch. Legally Blonde.
Yes, I really wanted to do it because I'd seen Reese Witherspoon in Election and just thought she was great. And
Crazy flick.
I'll never forget seeing her the first day in her wardrobe and seeing the way she was going to play the character. And to me, it was almost like a Saturday Night Live skit. And you know how hard it is where sometimes you want to try something different, and then people say, "No, it's funny," but no one wants to see that for a whole movie. To where I just really admired her for, you know, playing a different character because it could have been played straight down the middle. And she really went for it. But yeah, she was just so great in it.
Any word on Legally Blonde 3?
They're always kind of talking about it. And but I hope that they do it. But Reese, she's so smart. I'm sure she just wants to make sure she has a great script.
I hear Mindy Kaling is writing it.
I had heard that a few years ago, but yeah, you never know. I just think maybe with things like Barbie, you know, that would be a good sign to them that you could do a good, funny movie that also has a message.
We all want it, so please make it happen.
Okay.
Because we need a Legally Blonde 3. This movie so much, and I just rewatched it you know when you're rewatching movies and you're like, I could learn something right now, but no, I need to go and reinvest in another round, my 50th time of Old School. Best movie, memory, anything that jumps out in your mind.
That's one of those movies where I can remember just driving to work and being in a great mood. I mean, you've worked with Will Ferrell and, you know, Vince Vaughn, so funny, and Todd Phillips, the director. But mainly it was just, you know, that thing where you work with somebody really funny and you have to concentrate to not laugh, because there's nothing worse than being in a scene and it's really funny and you laugh.
And you ruin it.
It ruins a take. So I can remember with Will in particular, I would start to just look at his like hairline, you know, just so, because if I looked in his eyes, I felt like he would really dial in and start trying to make me laugh, or I'd kind of just bite down on my cheek. But just Will has these very kind of funny, sparkly blue eyes that can seem kind of crazy at times. So I would just have to kind of look away and just look up there and just think, okay, just get through the scene. And Vince was like the kind of motor that drove the whole movie, too.
Okay, thank you. I need the tea on Anchorman. That's the best movie. My daughter loves that movie. Olive loves that movie. When you're, like, meeting in the alleyway. I mean, what was that? What was filming on that like?
That was a very funny day, because you couldn't believe who Will got, because you had Tim Robbins is the guy from public television. You had Ben Stiller from Telemundo. Vince Vaughn was there that day. And
Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell,
right,
Steve Carell.
Right. And I mean, again, going back to Will, and you've worked with these Saturday Night Live people. There are people that are funny, and then there are people that are just unbelievably funny, where it's almost like I always just equate it with being a professional athlete. They're just much more funny than the average so-called funny person. But that was just I was only there for a few days, but it was one of those things where you're just kind of trying to hold your own.
This was so fun.
Hey, this was great. Thank you very much. Love you.